It is Mag Monday and I am so excited because today is also the release of issue number 5 for us, and we are talking about the leap of faith. In studios with me today is our cover story, Mr. Lincoln Deal, who is going to be speaking with us about Determined to Fly. We are going to start from the very beginning and go up until present day. So, Mr. Deal, thank you so much for meeting with me, first of all.
Thank you, it's an honor.
Yeah, it's an honor to be in your presence, Mr. Jetlink Adventures. I love so much what it is that you do. I have never even thought about riding a jetpack, but after today, I am definitely going to try it. Give me a little bit of your backstory. Now, you know that Superman, Batman, The Flash, they all have a backstory. I want to know a little bit about you.
Right, so grew up, born and raised in Nassau, Bahamas, but from the age of 7, at a very young age, I started, constructing forts inside my home using the materials in there. Started selling lemonade on the outside to my neighbors. Went into building popsicle structures and selling it to church members. And so from a very young age, there was this creative side of me that I was trying to maybe build to. As I transitioned into junior and senior high, I joined junior achievement organizations like Gentlemen's Club, Kiwanis, and it further harnessed this passion or this road that I was traveling on towards entrepreneurship. Even in my last days in high school, I started selling candies inside a gym bag. Even the teachers ended up patronizing me. Okay. And so it was always this way to create something and create a market where there was none.
Okay. You seem like you're always the outgoing type, always out there. But I want to know, almost like, what is your kryptonite? What were you afraid of as you were a child, or even in your teenage years? What was your greatest fear?
Sharks. Watching Jaws kind of horrified me. But no, one of my greatest fears, I think, would have been letting my parents down. I've watched them over the years really invest a lot of time, energy, struggle to put family through college, and then I was the last of the 3, and so just basically letting them down, or kind of not meeting some of the expectations that they may have had, and that would have been one of my greatest fears.
I think that we all go through that as adults, even not just teenagers. I think even adults go through a time where they are just so fearful of letting the ones that they love down. Now I want to ask, you mentioned junior achievement and some of the clubs that you would have been involved in. How did some of those clubs and organizations really shape and mold the Lincoln Deal that we see today?
Right, so one of the first organizations I joined in the 10th grade would have been Junior Achievement, and I instantly fell in love with the program. The structure of the organization is basically teaching young people, high school students, about business, how to create a product, take it to market, sell it, make a profit from it, and repeating that formula to business success. And so when I joined it, and I started selling products, and I was young at the time, so people were like, oh, this little cute little guy, and these little girls around there coming to sell their products that they made. It created a possibility in our minds as junior achievers that wow, we can actually create something. People buy it, they love it, and they come back for more. And so I think that motivation sparked something in not just myself, but a lot of my peers that would have joined the Junior Achievement Program with me. And from there, there's also the speech competition component, which kind of started this public speaking side. So
you're really getting it all around.
You're getting it all around. There's business, there's public speaking, there's networking, there's creating strategic partnerships, and you learn all of that in some of these youth organizations like the Junior Achievement, like the Youth Empowerment Program, and much more that are doing a fantastic job with molding our country's youth.
And one of the products we see here today, I also was in Junior Achievement, so I know that it is a great organization and to be a part of. We have to take a short commercial break, but it's so good hearing about your childhood and about your foundation. Next, we're going to talk strictly about business. I want to know all about JetLink Adventures. So see you right after the break.
Calling all praisers and all worshipers. The Every Praise Party will be held September 9th from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. at Arawaki. Bring your flags, your timbrels, and of course, your dance as we lift up praises because every praise is to our God.
Welcome back. Before the break, we were speaking with Mr. Deal a little bit about his backstory and what would have contributed to the man that we see today. Now we want to know, how did JetLink Adventures get started, and were there any challenges getting started?
JetLink Adventures is definitely a story of faith, persistence, and trust in God. The idea was founded while I was off to school, actually. I was finishing up, and I saw this idea. I prior to going off to school, I worked in the tourism sector, and so I gained an appreciation of our sector and some of the challenges that we face, such as a lack of activities for guests when they're coming to the Bahamas. And so I came across this new product called the Jetpack. It was being introduced into the North American market, and instantly I said that this is something that has to be in the Bahamas. And I
kind of diversify things a bit.
And so JetLink Adventures, the aim has always been to be a diversification of the tourism sector using new products, new services, and new innovation, new technologies. I came and I approached the regulatory board, who I would have needed to find permits. However, they rejected it, and this would have continued for about 7 times after that.
Wow.
And so I was rejected the license about 7 times, and between approaching them and actually receiving it would have taken 3 years.
Wow. But yet you were determined. Gee.
Yeah.
3 years.
In between then, that wasn't the bad part. The other part was access to capital. And so what the faith kicked in was that when I came up with the idea, I put the business plan together without knowing where the financing would have come from, without knowing what challenges I would have faced.
So this was a real leap of faith, because you did not have the capital, you were being denied. This is a 3-year span.
Correct.
But you're still pushing, you're still going.
Yep.
Wow.
And I would have approached 17 investors, and rejected also.
Wow.
So it's like double rejections. You're not getting the license, you're not getting the financing. Why are you even continuing?
Yeah.
But that's why I said it's a story of faith.
Yeah.
And I kept pushing through it all. And thank God today, it's fully operational.
Yeah.
We have 3 locations and a great office space on West Bay Street, where we bring guests and we fly on a daily basis.
Now, this, like you said, is really a story of faith, really a story of being determined to pursue your dreams and go out there and do the thing that is in your heart and in your mind to do.
Yeah.
But tell me, I know that you would have probably gotten a little bit discouraged, but what would you have said to the younger you 10 years ago?
10 years ago.
10 years ago, when you were just starting out. Tell me what were 3 things that you would have said to the younger you?
Definitely seek mentorship. As young people in particular, we're bursting with energy, but we understand that energy has to still be refined, and gaining experience from persons that may have already been through certain things, whether it be our parents or elders, persons that we look up to, gaining that experience, sitting down with them, listening to the do's and don'ts of life, of business, of whatever it is that you're pursuing. And secondly, I would plan all the way to the end, plan as best as you can. Although you can't predict, what the future holds or what loopholes you would face, there's still some good core planning, whether it be financial planning, economic planning, proper business development. I would definitely take that upon myself. And then the last thing would be to really, continue to seek God in everything that you do. Ensure that you follow. Many are the plans of man, but it's the steps of the Lord that shall prevail. And so just staying in tune throughout your process. While working towards a goal.
Yeah, definitely. Very wise words. And I don't know, so I'm going to ask you, what do you think is the biggest hindrance, the biggest challenge for people who want to get into business or entrepreneurship? There are a lot of persons who are probably out there, just like how you had a grand idea and knew that this would be something to not just make money from, but also to add to our economy. What do you think is the biggest hindrance that they face?
Entrepreneurship may be hard, but it's not impossible in the Bahamas. I think that there are some mental barriers and there are some economic barriers that prohibit or may discourage people from getting into entrepreneurship. There are people, the Bahamians are bursting with ideas and innovations, but the issue is the access to capital, the red tape that you face when trying to apply for business licenses, depending on what type of business you're getting into. And then there's the mental barrier of fear. We've built ourselves, to go off to school, come back home, start working, and that's all good and fine. But to say, leave something sure for the unsure and take that leap of faith is what kind of discourages people, because what if this business fails? What if this doesn't work out the way that I planned and I lose the benefits of working on this 9 to 5? I don't get a sure salary. And the reality is that's the life of an entrepreneur. At the end of the day, you're taking that leap. You don't know if you can make $1, but that goes back to my second point with plan all the way to the end. Develop your business, develop your idea, and then the next thing would be have a passion for what you're doing. Because if you really love what you're doing, and as cliche as this sounds, and if you believe in your product and or service, you're going to push through. You're going to keep going no matter what happens, and you're going to make it. You're going to make it. If you don't love something, then the first denial or the first rejection, oh well, it didn't work out, so I'll just stay in my safe zone. And so those are 2 factors.
I so agree with you, because I think that if we can, not to quote the words of Bob Marley, free ourselves from mental slavery. I think that we can do
a lot of it's
so
mental.
much. Everything is it's so mental. The fears are in our mind. The fear of failure, the fear of rejection, and everything like that. And even looking at you, you would have failed basically 7 times. Well, more than that. Being denied, but you never gave up. And now I want to know, what is next for you? You are flourishing in JetLink Adventures, but what is the next leap of faith for Lincoln Deal?
Well, one thing I've learned is that, the journey continues. You may think that you've overcome one challenge, but there's always going to be challenges. You just have to condition yourself and prepare yourself that no matter what comes your way, you've made it before and you can make it again. Again, who knows what road the Lord has for me, but definitely JetLink Adventures, we're continuing to expand. We're looking for new inventions. We're introducing new products, new services to the market, and we will just continue to focus on that to really enhance our product offering in the tourism sector.
Okay, awesome. Well, we so look forward to it. We are going to continue to speak to Mr. Lincoln Deal, and after this break, we're gonna have some fun.
Advertising is what gives your business the advantage. Contact DNC Marketing Company, as we specialize in 30 and 60-second radio commercials. And don't forget to get your flyers, business cards, programs, and booklets designed and printed with us. DNC Marketing Company, ensuring your business has the advantage.
Hi guys, we are back. We were speaking with Mr. Lincoln Deal. He was giving us a little bit of his backstory, telling us how he became the man he is today, and of course he gave us some great tips, some great nuggets on business and entrepreneurship. Now we have come to the fun part. We are going to ask Mr. Deal some fast 5 questions. Now these questions, they have to be your favorite. You gotta answer quickly. Give me
Okay.
the first thing that pops into your head.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay.
Okay, let's go. Favorite toy as a child?
Tarzan Toyland.
Favorite band or artist of the 90s?
P. Diddy.
P. Diddy. Favorite Junkanoo group?
Valley.
Favorite food?
Pizza.
Favorite Bahamian word?
Bite.
Can you use "bay" in a sentence?
I don't play.
I love it. Now the next thing that we're going to do, you know, we just had the game between the Golden
Yes,
State Warriors
yes.
and the Cavs, and of course Golden State won. Here I have KD and King James himself. Now, I am going to ask you 5 questions.
Okay.
And if you think that this applies to this particular person, then you would put that in the front, and I'm going to need to know why. So, for example, if I say, who would be most likely to like this plant, and you think that it is KD, you put him in the front, and you tell me, I think that he would probably be most likely to like this plant because I think he likes the color green.
Okay.
It's not going to be that easy though.
I'm
Here
realizing
you
that.
go. Okay, first question. Who do you think would be the winner in a wrestling match between the two of them?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, King James, why?
Yeah, King James. He's more aggressive.
Yeah.
Aesthetically, he's a bit bigger, but that doesn't mean anything. I think he has the mental capacity to kind of outdo in a fight.
Alright. So who do you think would make a better comedian?
Let's go KD.
Okay.
I think KD has a great sense of humor. We've seen it in some of his vlogs, you know, joking about his move from Oklahoma to Golden State. So I think he would be that, even though he's a funny guy.
You seem to like Golden State Warriors, so you said that with a little bit of vengeance. But tell me, who do you think is most likely to cry during the Titanic?
LeBron.
Yeah, I think you like Golden State Warriors. Why do you say LeBron?
LeBron's a very emotional player.
Okay.
Sorry to my Cavs and LeBron fans, you know. He's an emotional guy. He's strong, but he's emotional.
Now, who do you think is most likely to wear a male?
Let me give that to LeBron.
Because you're a Golden State fan? Why do you think he's most likely to wear
I
a
think
male
he's more of a
romper?
risk taker.
Yeah.
I think he tries to set trends at the same time, and his good teammate, former teammate Wayne, tried to do the same thing. So I think he'll follow his best friend.
Okay. So if these two were in either the Justice League or the Avengers, what character do you think that they would be?
LeBron would definitely be the Hulk.
Okay.
he's aggressive, he's wild, you know, he gets out of control when things don't go his way. And then definitely KD for Spider-Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think he could rock like that red and blue
Yeah, he
suit and everything?
comes across as the Spider-Man type.
Okay. I love it. Well, thank you so much for playing,
That was
and
cool.
thank you so
That was
much
cool.
for interviewing me. Listen, I hope that KD and LeBron sees this. Yeah, this is interesting. Thank you so much for viewing. Guys, please stay faithful and fearless. We have been talking about the leap of faith and being determined to fly. And our final word is to you. Just go out there, do what it is that God has placed on your heart. You know that we encourage you to move away from fear. Have faith and go out there and do it. Hope to see you next time.